pre-clap.
Episode 64, ladies and gentlemen, watch this podcast.
I remember this time.
W
Last time, I was like,
coming through loud. We live. Coming through loud.
We Ghostbusters live.
All right. Watch this podcast. WATCHERZ.
So,
Episode 64.
64.
Still another language.
Mm-hmm.
No. All right, we'll come back. You know what? How long you need? 2 months? 3 months?
Let me go order this Babel and I'll be on it.
All right.
Rosetta Stone. I was gonna say that replaced Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, apparently.
That's
the new one.
Yeah.
Nah,
go for all I hear is Babel now, and I don't hear nothing about Rosetta Stone.
Is it because it's an app for your phone or something?
Probably.
You know, Google Translator is free. So.
Oh, yeah. But I guess if you want to learn, you kind of need, like, some type of instruction.
Yeah.
And basics. Google is just going to tell you what you want to know.
Yeah, that's all I need to know. Ghostbusters.
I'm Tavon, Tri-State _tip on Instagram.
Tiger Helly 19 on Snapchats, Nye Jeezys. The government by way of Facebook, Jason Williams, Follow the Stripes.
Somebody with 365. Somebody with 365 on Instagram. That's where it is.
The damage.
Where's the clap button?
You ready? All right. You know what? Look. I'm going to finally give you one and only time since we're all here, okay?
Yep.
Here you go, Julian. All right. And next to him, we got
on Instagram.
And Corey J on Instagram.
Was that sufficient enough for you, sir?
Yes.
Are you sure?
How's everybody doing this week?
All right.
We got the whole cast here. Yeah.
I ain't been together since last year.
Voltron is reformed.
Has it been that?
It was. Everybody wasn't here.
Damn.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Brian was gone for 2 months.
Came back last week.
Yeah, it was.
Brian went into the hyperbolic.
It's been 4 or 3
Brian
days.
went into the hyperbolic chamber.
We only in March, so yeah.
It was a long, productive 2 months.
Brian was out here taking Kenny Omega breaks from Vertigo. He hadn't disappeared.
We was gonna get you a cardboard cutout.
You might need it after this week. I'm gonna have to fade away for a little bit again, but it's all good though.
All right. Where do you guys want to start with? You gonna want to start with movies? Y'all want to do a quick sports recap? I mean, I feel like we always start with sports. Let's do some movies or TV.
I want to get to the X-Men.
X-Men.
Yes.
All right. X-Men '97.
Yes.
Cartoon series, revived from the '90s X-Men series. What you want? What you got to talk about it?
I loved it. The first 2 episodes was straight heat.
Okay, so I would like to preface this by letting the viewers know Julian is a Cyclops fan. So take that as you may.
So am I.
The Smith brothers are a Cyclops fan.
I am a fan of it.
Cyclops.
So
Cyclops a cop.
with that being said, anything that you can try to not give spoilers about that you particularly enjoy about you both saw it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything in particular, try not to do too much spoiling that you liked about it?
I like that they established the fact that Scott is the leader. I mean, to be honest, they set the tone on that from the beginning, that he is the leader of the team now.
Okay.
I thought he always was. Second part.
Yeah.
No, but they really, they really
respect him now. I wouldn't even go that far.
Nope.
Damn it! Don't want to leave my man alone.
They gave him opportunities to shine.
Yeah,
like he ain't never had before.
Correct.
I like how they have Storm as a Omega threat.
Yeah,
they got her as what she needs to be as a goddess. The Magneto arc is going to be very interesting now.
Yeah.
That's going to have a lot of people tuning in now for what's going to happen and what I kind of foreseeing what's going on with a certain character.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it at that. But overall, the first 2 episodes were really good. Really good, really good, really good. I loved it.
Brian?
Yeah, that's same.
Okay.
Same was. It's one of them things where it's gonna. I can tell now they're gonna have you on the edge of your seat every week, especially when it's time for it to end, the episode to end.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be one of those ones you're like, oh man, why'd I have to go off like that? Now I gotta wait a whole week.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely gonna keep people on the edge of their seat.
And I'll save spoilers at least for the first 2 episodes until next week to give people a chance to watch it. But I will say, good series. And we don't know how it'll tail off, but for the first 2 episodes, some of the topics that they're discussing and some of the things that they're hitting at and conversations that are had, it's not just a cartoon for kids. It's for the people who watched it in the 90s, but who also are now adults. And I will say they did give Cyclops better writing this time around. I think a lot of people already knew that Cyclops back in the 90s, a lot of people were messing with him like that because of, some of that
He's a bitch.
Boy Scout demeanor he gave off, but they did try to address that, and I do appreciate it. However, it's just like I told y'all, I think it's too little, too late. He had 30 years of getting written like that,
They did him. They did him right.
and you ain't gonna fix it in 2 episodes.
He the feds.
I liked him in the original.
I liked him.
It was crazy how his little brother was so much cooler than him.
Yeah,
Like,
I like for one thing, I just like the X-Men.
fuck
Like
with
I
him.
don't
yeah.
I don't have like a personal I love this guy because I don't just because
I think you have
it's a whole group.
favorite
I just
of,
like
of a group, right? In any group of whatever, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ghostbuster, whoever it is. I know who Jason's favorite Ghostbuster is. So different personalities. You may or may not relate to someone more than the other, and you find something cool. I think a lot of people, I would say, I won't say universally, but you can make a good guess that a lot of people liked Gambit because of his demeanor. He had that cool, calm, cocky,
Southern voice.
it was like a cool demeanor about him. It wasn't nothing like that stood out. He didn't seem like he was the strongest. He just seemed like he's like he's cool. Regardless of whatever he do, he gonna look cool doing it.
Cajun cool.
I think that's like the general consensus with all the X-Men though. You find
Not Cyclops.
well, for you maybe not, but there's a whole. But if he wasn't liked, he wouldn't be up there.
I feel like if you like Superman, you would favor Cyclops.
Right.
How?
Or
I
Captain
think they
America.
have that same demeanor. They all have that stoic. I won't even call it stoic.
I will say
They have this do right always. Some of them are a little different in their nuances, but they always have this. I can't do this, guys, because it's not right, and everybody's looking at them like, "All right, just come on, man."
They have like a similar
I will say this. Now,
similar credo.
Take your personal feelings aside on it. Did you like how they wrote him on here?
Yeah, I said that.
Okay.
I said I appreciate that they gave him this new approach, and it's definitely something that was needed for his character. I think out of all of them, and in the comics right now, they are writing him really well.
I've been sitting here. How long have I been sitting here and telling you all this?
He's getting viewed, or I wouldn't get viewed, but the way they got him in the comics,
He's a Black Ops agent.
he going off. He like, yo, Cyclops coming.
I have sat here on this show and told y'all this for like how long now?
So what is the I need more context to what you were saying
For what?
about how you said that him and Superman are more Boy Scouts.
Morality wise, they are similar than anybody else. Than anybody else in the X-Men, anybody else in the Justice League. It's Superman and Cyclops, and some extent Captain America are all morality based.
Out of them three, you don't like none of them three.
I like them. I don't like Superman. Don't get me wrong. I don't like Superman because I feel like his character armor is too thick. It is way too much. He's way too overpowered to be fitted in with comic book heroes. But Cyclops is okay to me, but I like Captain America.
Okay.
I feel like it's a line. It's definitely. I know it's a line for me. That I've always, to me, it's always been. The line is, and it's not 100%. If you like this character, you'll like this character. You like this character, but a lot of people, Cyclops falls in line with Superman, falls in line with Captain America. Which here's my opposite. Iron Man falls in line with Batman versus falls in line with Wolverine.
I don't see Wolverine with them.
And that is my...
I don't see Wolverine. I see Iron Man and Batman to an extent. Yeah, I don't see Wolverine with that. Wolverine to me is in a group where he's almost, I don't want to call him an anti-villain, but he's in a solo group.
Just for your...
Like, don't bother me type shit.
And I won't bother you.
Yeah. That's how I see him.
But it's the same. It's the way it falls in line.
You know what else?
It's your we're on the same side, but we're not on the same side. It's always the same. Iron Man, Captain America, on the same team. You're both good guys, but you're not on the same side all the time. Superman, Batman, on the same
I can see
team,
them.
both fighting crime on the same team, all the time. Wolverine and Cyclops on literally the same superhero team.
Okay. I see where you're going.
All right, so where I have it at though.
All right, now I got one.
Batman, real quick. Batman, Superman. Who you picking?
Batman.
Iron Man, Captain America. Who you picking?
I'm picking Captain America.
See, and it don't always work. But I feel like a lot of people is.
I get your point. It definitely there is a line, like all right, Vegeta, Goku.
Vegeta. I feel like Goku lines up with the. It's not always the same, but it's like
I get it.
It might just might just be a character thing. It might just be like I like a character that is straightforward and I know what his intentions are versus I like a character that he's a good guy, but is he always a good guy? It might, or he got a little edge. It's different.
I get it.
Then you take it a step further and go into wrestling. You can be like CM Punk, John Cena. It's a whole line. It's crazy. But it's like with
John Cena is the Cyclops.
But it's like a lot of.
I just want you to know that.
But it's weird. It's weird because it's like a lot of different things you can apply. A lot of.
I think that theme kind of echoes in a bunch of different.
And it's not always the same.
Raphael and Leonardo.
All right, but I got one other question.
And I'm a Raph.
All right, go ahead, Julian. My bad.
All right, now since this is a hotbed question, I think I just bring it up on. Do you think the show is too woke?
No, and I didn't want to talk too much about what happened and probably till next week. But what I said is that it grew up with the people who probably watched it in the 90s, and so they're also relating things to an older audience. There's certain relationships, I'm just talking not really, I'm talking about just interactions between people in the show that are somewhat more adult in nature than they are for kids. And I think they realize they can't just make a kids show. They have to really, this is for us. This is for our age group. The people that grew up in the 90s watching it and wanting good XMen content that we haven't gotten in years. And everybody's been, those big three in the 90s, Spider-Man, X-Men, and Batman, that we've been wanting them for forever.
All right.
And they knocking it out of the park so far.
Okay. Now, one other question. This is like a side thing. Now, since this one came out, this X97 came out, and I imagine it probably did some streaming numbers like hell. Would you like to see a Spider-Man 98 show?
Not yet.
No, just bringing it up because that's the natural question that's coming up next.
I can see why it would happen
because they clearly tapped into the multiverse first.
I don't know what the stipulations around Spider-Man are right now because of who owns what. So I don't know necessarily if
they can do it.
They can do that without Sony's blessing.
I would love to see it, honestly. Yeah. I mean, if they do it, I'm just hypothetical.
There's enough zeros at the end.
I mean, if they do it, it would really, I think it would do bigger than the X-Men, just because of how it ended. And they started with that multiverse thing first. That cartoon series really did.
Yeah, but I also feel Spider-Man has been something in the last 20 years that has been more fleshed out than X-Men has.
Yeah.
But my question,
And not just movies, but in
Honestly,
multiple reiterations of cartoons.
and honestly,
Villains getting their own movies, video games. Spider-Man has a lot.
real quick, I think the Spider-Man cartoons have actually been better than some of the movies.
but my question is, back then, 97 and 98, do you think more people watched the X-Men cartoon or the Spider-Man?
I think it was X-Men.
I think
really.
it's
think
equal.
X-Men.
Then they come on right.
I think they were like, I think
Yeah.
if you watch one, you stay for the other one. I can tell you who didn't get it: Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, and
I remember
the Superman series. Nobody watched them three, and Fantastic Four.
Superman got the
Oh,
anime.
well, in comparison to the Batman series, more people watch Batman than this.
Which one you talking? Oh, you talking
The
about
animated?
that?
No, that was already established. So that was going on way before that. So.
Wasn't like man
That came on like 92.
Yeah, they might have 10 years.
Superman was a 98. I
That shit
believe.
was fire though. Care how long it came out.
That's my favorite Batman.
Now, should I watch the last couple episodes of the original?
So, if you
X-Men
really
cartoon.
want to, watch the last episode of the last season.
Yeah,
That sets the stage for the new season.
But what they do, what I thought was cool, is they kind of like put Easter eggs in there from like the previous season. So if you were a fan of it, you knew exactly what they were talking about and where it jumps off. Because it literally, the whole thing starts like right after what happened. It's not like a year-end gap. It's like in real time, was it like a year or something like that?
Nah, I think they said a couple months.
Yeah,
It wasn't even
like
that.
It may have been something like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, the writing was really mature. But now, a bigger thing, I think, the elephant in the room is going to be addressed. Because the writer of the show got fired, and he just dropped 2 bangers. So,
Yeah,
where are they going to go from here, though? With it?
I think the season's already done. They don't really need him at the moment.
Well, he wrote the first 2 seasons.
Oh, so yeah, they Gucci then.
They might call it a day after that.
Yeah,
They might-
right.
You know what? Hey, we gave you this
Close up the story.
Yeah,
in anticipation of what's coming next, live action.
yeah, they Gucci. They Gucci.
It might be a wrap.
Worst case scenario, we get a dud third season, but they didn't make their money in the first 2.
Yeah.
They say Cody finished his story. We gonna finish.
Ghostbusters finished their story?
If y'all want to do a quick review on Ghostbusters, go ahead. Don't try to do no spoilers. It came out this past weekend. From everything I've seen, not good reviews on it. I'm a big Ghostbusters fan, so I'm a little torn right now if I'm gonna go see it or not. But
It's worth one watch.
damn it.
It's worth one watch, but me personally, I thought it was longer than what it needed to be.
Could've seen,
How long are we talking?
like almost over 2 hours.
It's over 2 hours.
Or just about. It's either over 2 hours or at 2
Right
hours.
at
Where the story would have went, they could have did it in about a good 45 minutes in.
Ooh. Oh, how about you say 45?
An hour and 45.
Oh, okay.
Would have been good for
They could have chopped a good part of that movie
Yes,
out,
hour 50.
and I would have been fine with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that hour 55 is 10 minutes too long.
Okay.
I might even say 20 minutes too long.
But it's worth one watch, folks.
All right. I might watch it.
Just one watch.
I'm gonna catch it this weekend.
Yeah, one watch and keep going.
What comes out this weekend?
Godzilla Kong.
Godzilla Kong. Also
Yes.
in that group. It's like, nah, he can't be. Kong's not really. I mean, Godzilla not really. To me, intelligent enough to be considered with the Superman's a group. I don't know what his morality is. I won't put him as a morality based
So
character.
he
Good job, Tavon.
He's an animal.
He's,
And
he's
still
an
lines
ass
up.
kicker.
And he still lines up for me because then Godzilla, I feel like on that side.
I was gonna hit you with the way
Because of how
to God darn
powerful
minute,
he is why I got him.
Yeah, but see, I would put morality.
What'd you say?
I said I was about to hit you with the way to God darn minute, Rondell. I was trying to figure out what you was going to say about Godzilla.
But
You
see,
need a helmet?
power wise, I think morality wise, King Kong's a
Yeah, because he.
moral. Godzilla's just like I'm a force of nature.
With a helmet.
So we'll see how that movie turns out.
It's like you guys got leader complexes.
I hate a leader. I hate authority.
No, it's something. It's something about being able to relate as well, right? It's so they're good leaders, right? But there's also good leaders who relate to the people that they're leading. To me, Cyclops comes off as I don't want to say Boy Scout. He comes off as that cool kid in school who had all the friends, but now he's trying to lead a bunch of different outcasts who don't relate to him.
I don't see that.
And the way, hear me on this. Cyclops, Jean, Beast, and all them were the original students, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who did Cyclops relate to after that original group? Jubilee, I can't say that. Storm, Wolverine, definitely not. Gambit, I can't say that because Gambit sometimes those jokes at Cyclops telling him to loosen up. And so all the new people that come in do not gravitate toward. I could tell you other people gravitated toward Wolverine. I could tell you people gravitated toward Storm. I could tell you even some people may have gravitated toward Jean. But nobody really ever gravitated toward him like that because
I feel like a lot of people did though.
Who?
That watch it, or
They're all cops now, but
No, I'm talking about in the group of XMen, not people watching at home.
I feel like Gene was on.
I see.
But the original,
Gene-
no.
I see what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I think it should be the opposite of what you're saying.
How?
I don't think he's the cool kid. I think he's the one that wanted to be cool. I think he's like, hey, everyone, look at me do this, instead of everyone knows what he can do. I think it's the opposite
I think
of the statement you made.
he's always like, we're the original ones, Gene.
I think
we have
Wolverine
to
is
set
more
the
than that.
standard. We have to do what's right, Gene, because we're the first ones here.
That sounds like a kid that wants to be accepted, not somebody that thinks they're.
And
cool
sorry,
person.
I'm using that cool example as not being able to relate.
And I do like the fact that they have Wolverine still bucking the system with him. So that relationship did.
And if, after a while, I'd be like, yo, do you want to stay here or not? Do you want to be here? Like, go home. If you don't,
I mean, it's good that
so-
he's got Wolverine
so-
to play off of. That.
Just think of my quote. We could
You know what
we could
word
do a deep dive
You
on
know
this.
what word comes to
after
mind
some
when I think of
research.
that? Straight lace. That's what I think. Straight lace.
Yes, and because of that, right? Who, as a group of outcasts, still feels like they go to Cyclops or gravitated towards Cyclops? Think about the characters that came in through that house.
they don't.
Think about it in the movies. Think about it in the TV series. Whatever. They do not gravitate toward him.
They don't gravitate towards him because he's not the cool kid.
It's not even about being a cool kid. He's not
That's what you
relatable
said,
to
though.
them. And so listen again. When I meant the cool kid, when I was saying is he's
the roles is reversed. He's
Okay.
basically fighting.
okay. Let's
if
say
you
the
wanna
roles
say
are
like this,
either
he's
way.
fighting
I
for
feel like his
acceptance.
brother was the cool
Either way. Let's say the roles are reversed.
Havoc was the cool
No, I think what it is.
Say the roles are reversed. They still don't gravitate toward him.
Yeah, I mean, but that's
Either way you look at it, they don't
For
gravitate
me, it
toward
looks
him.
like someone looking for acceptance. That's not a leader. That's someone that's trying to fit in. He's not cool at all.
He don't try to fit in.
He do.
He does not.
He's one of those guys that you know who he is. He's the kid that, and this is my opinion, he's the kid in the classroom who don't say much, who he got a girlfriend.
Got a girlfriend,
When
right?
the teacher ain't there, they say, "Oh, if you have to ask anybody anything, ask Scott because he's he's the most productive in class. He does this, he does that. He's a little quiet,
Right.
But if
So-
you ask him to do something, he'll do it.
That's what I mean by I shouldn't have said the cool kid. I should have said as the kid that
he knows everything, but
is doing right. I don't want to call him a jock, but if you look at Scott Summers, he fits a typical not dumb jock, but he fits like a guy that has it all. He fits. He got. He's not ugly like Morph or Blob or nothing like that. He has a very what you would say 90s-esque handsome physique without the visor. He's in shape. He has Jean Grey.
What XMen ain't in shape?
Blob.
I'm just saying nobody's as solid. Corey, real quick. Listen to this, Corey.
Hell.
Are you going to tell me that Cyclops and Gambit have the same physique? No. Gambit's skinnier. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. What I mean.
But speaking of the teacher,
He has the physique. He has the girl. He's the teacher's favorite. Everything is pointing towards Cyclops being the ideal student, the Leonardo of the group. And Raphael hates that shit. Like, stop trying to boss us around because you got all the shit. And that's what I'm saying. That other people can't relate to him because he got literally everything other than he can't take his visor off. He got everything else. He got everything else. He got the car. What else? He got the Jeep.
He Ray Charles in the group.
You know who he was? Speaking of the
Ray
teacher,
Charles.
he's the one when you had a substitute and the teacher come in the next day.
And
Yo, who was doing what? And Scott's telling everybody, yeah,
And he's snitching.
Michael was in the back throwing
He got-
spitballs.
He got everything.
Charlie
and,
didn't even show up for the test. Like,
And he's snitching. He got everything and he's still snitching.
But when people are in need, he's also the first one to say, "Hey, I'm here."
No. I would say Storm did that before him. I would even say is more Jean Grey even did that before him.
I feel like he's selfless.
He is selfless for his team.
I think
Yes,
the only
sure.
time he
But he does not relate to nobody else.
the only time he messed up is when he left Morph. And Wolverine checked him.
Oh, shit.
Wolverine checked him.
heated.
There
I
wasn't
get
no
that.
more of that. Because think about it. On that one episode, he
That was
went
the first episode.
Yeah, on that, and now after that, he was like, "No more. I'm not leaving nobody behind anymore." And he went and found Gambit and Wolverine when they was fighting them Sentinels downstairs. He said, "Are y'all coming or what? Clear the path for them so they can follow him."
I get it.
So he went back.
So
Yeah, he
It's
learned
learning
to err in his
moments.
ways.
But I'm just saying,
let's leave it up to the people in the comments below.
yeah. And I'm not
Is he
negating.
he's just a Cyclops hater.
And I'm not going to take away from anybody who cares about their favorite. Whoever you like is your favorite. I'm not trying to take that away from you.
But-
Again, I agree that Cyclops is now, to me, a better character in this series than he has been
All right.
in the past.
Okay, now I got another question.
Go ahead.
Now we got a fleshed out Cyclops, and we see how this Magneto interpretation is. Now I'm not going to spoil it, but
Yeah.
do you think this is going to be an interesting dynamic with this season, just with them two?
I got Magneto for different reasons. Not
Like I said, I'm not going to spoil it, but I kind of see where
I
they're
think
going.
we should. Move
I think-
past this.
yeah,
They're going to.
let's
They're going to
Getting
butt heads.
dangerously close.
yeah, we real at the line
I know.
bringing up
but
certain
I'm
things.
just saying, but the way how this is seeming,
To me, I think Magneto may have the best character arc of the season.
This
and
is
I
gonna-
don't even know the rest of the season.
it's
but
gonna
I
be
think
an interesting-
Magneto's going to have the best
it's-
character.
it's going to be an interesting.
It's going to be the
story.
best character of the season.
And if anybody in the comments wants to leave me their Disney Plus username and password, appreciate you.
All right, so sorry. Were we jumping to something different?
All
Did
right.
I ask to go something different?
All
Or
right.
we went back to
All right,
we were
real
talking
quick.
about Kong and whatever coming out, but
All right.
we were talking about Ghostbusters, so we talked about that.
All right, got
here we
reviews
go.
and trailers and stuff.
Beetlejuice trailer.
I did not watch it.
You know,
No, not yet.
Not yet. What do y'all think about
Was
it?
that the one with the song in it?
Yeah, it shows all the returning.
Because look, it looked so good. I wasn't sure because the fan made joints be so good now. I'm not sure if
it's
I'm
a-
watching the real
Yeah.
one or if I'm watching the fan made.
Sorry.
She riding the bike?
I gotta go back. I gotta go back.
Okay, yeah, I did see that one.
I gotta go
Yeah.
back one.
I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know.
because I'm
This is
still Corey. Who your favorite X-Men?
Wolverine.
All right, I just gotta check. I'm just asking. Sorry.
That's
Now,
everyone's. Never mind.
Wolverine and Gambit. Them my two favorites.
all right. So what about
The
this?
guy hit the gym, man. Like
What about
looking like Cyclops out here.
what about this? What about I say
Out here
Ghostbusters?
body shape.
Beetlejuice.
I liked it.
I ain't gonna say it for the third one.
trailer look good.
It looks
Well, that's
good.
the name of the movie, Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
Which that's dope. So I hope if they do a third one.
yeah.
love
But
that.
trailer looks good.
Yeah,
I saw old girl coming back, and they got
Jenna
Wednesday
Ortega.
Jenna Ortega being her daughter.
Oh, that's who she is in this
I think she's
Yeah.
her daughter. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know who she was. I just thought she was somebody that just happened to wander into their neighborhood.
Nah,
I
she's
think
the
if you
daughter.
look at the casting, they have the same last name.
She's the daughter.
I never looked it up. Honestly, I don't even remember the first Beetlejuice to even be excited about this.
I watched it not too long ago.
I liked it.
It was on at the Copper-Drum a couple of weeks ago when I was up there chilling.
Yeah, I don't know when I seen it. Was it in the last year, early this year?
Shout
But
out
I
to
seen
the
it not too
Copper
long
Drum.
ago.
It's a funny movie, man. It's funny. I you know what I hope they do? I hope it doesn't rely on the CGI. I hope they go to like how they did it with the stop motion and stuff like that. And the practical.
Yeah, that'll
stuff.
be interesting to see.
I would like to see that because
More
that's
practical
how,
effect.
Oh, stop motion that would be inexpensive actually.
Probably in comparison.
Because that's what made the movie
what
the
they paying
kookiness.
for
Really, man.
technology.
What can they? What they can do now opposed to that? They can even make the CGI look like that.
Yeah.
So
CGI style motion.
It looks good though. I mean, it comes out in September, so I mean,
Okay.
it's got my interest.
I'll be there.
Speaking of trailers, did y'all
watch
see
the
this
first
movie called Abigail trailer?
yeah.
I just saw it for the first time today, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's like,
Was it Abigail? Is this the vampire joint?
yeah, it look a little, different.
Yeah.
It looked. I wasn't
is that the
expecting.
one where they lock him in the house? Oh, I've been watching that for months. I'm ready for that.
Yeah, I just saw it for the first time
they
today.
lock
I
him
was
in
like,
the
"Oh
house
shit, this
and
look
they're
alright."
Yeah, that was
They're there to watch her.
I hope that turned out well. I think it's coming
Yeah.
out soon, and I hope it turned out alright.
I think August.
Yeah, I've been watching.
No, I
that
think it's
for
before that. I think it's like April.
April.
18th or something.
Yeah.
Like
I've been watching that trailer for like months now.
Yeah,
I'm ready for that.
I was speaking of that. Did y'all see the Penguin trailer yet?
No,
I did not.
It looks good. It looks like a Scarface type.
I need
No.
to see how many episodes they plan for that.
I think it's 8.
that. Matt Reeves did that too.
I don't know if he's doing
He
it.
wrote it, I believe. I don't think he
Because I know in the trailer
It's
it
in
says-
his universe.
It says from him.
It's in his universe.
he produced it. I don't think he directed. But supposedly, I guess Pattinson is going to be on one of the episodes. Though.
Okay.
They didn't say which one, but they said that he was spotted on set, so he's supposed to pop up in at least one of the episodes.
That's expensive.
The other show I think got canceled. They were going to do a show from the perspective of the cops.
Yeah, they
Commissioner
shut
Gordon
that
and the
down.
cops, but I think that got canceled.
Yeah, they cut it down.
It
It made no sense to do it, really.
They do too much for that.
It's because the lead was going to be black. But what else we got?
Side note: do y'all ever watch Svengoolie on Channel 2?
Who?
Svengoolie.
Yeah, the horror guy. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching it last night, which they had Dracula with somebody, Dan something's
Is this old school?
Yeah, he shows like an old horror movie. Comes on Saturday nights on that MeTV. Yeah. Oh man, it was Dan something, not Dan Carter, or Dan Carpenter. Something's Dracula last night. Old joint. It was
He be
super.
showing some kooky stuff.
Yeah. Next week is Gargoyles. I ain't even gonna be able to see it because you'll be at the Flyers game, but still, it looks like he'll every Saturday night does like a old out of the way horror movie.
Okay.
Yeah, he specializes on them 60 films and all that.
Yeah, it's
Hopefully it's not a
Svengoolie.
smile imaginary boogie.
Oh no.
Happy Death Day.
All right. Anything else in movies, TV shows?
Nope, not that I can think of.
All right.
All right.
Then let's get to the juice real quick.
Is this Kendrick?
Yeah. Let's get to
I didn't even listen to it.
I heard
let's
it.
get to some.
Popping.
I'll let either Jason or Corey take the lead on this.
Let's get to the origin of how this light skin.
I don't know what the origin is, but
Me either.
you can. Sure. So let's.
Dan.
just-
Oh, sorry. Dan Curtis's Dracula. I'm sorry, I just found it.
no problem.
Dan Curtis.
So Future comes out with an album Friday.
It was
and,
Future and Metro.
Future and Metro.
Yeah, collab.
What is it? We Don't Trust You, or something
That, I
like
don't
that.
know if that's the name of the album or it might be the name of the
I
album.
think it is something. Whatever case may be. In one of the songs, Kendrick is a feature in which he proceeds to directly take shots at Drake and also catches JCole in that fire as well. And he's saying, I don't want it to be no sneak dissing. I'm here and I'm calling it out. It doesn't say names, but it's definitely at Drake and JCole. So with that being said, anybody got thoughts or opinions regarding a newfound beef between Kendrick Lamar and Future
I love it.
versus Drake, J. Cole, and whoever else is on that side? So I'll open up the floor to whoever got to say their piece about it. Anybody in particular
I
wants to go
will
first?
start this.
Julian, sir.
I love the fact that there's some conflict going on right now. I like when folks are like going at it now for competition with that, because sometimes it seems like rap, everybody is too friendly.
Is rap a competitive sport?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, it
In
is.
what context?
I'm just asking.
I think.
Do we say this about R&B? Do we say this about country music? Do we say this about jazz? Do we say this about Kenny
Not
G?
as much, but I think it is competition. I think it's just rap is just more pronounced just because of who they are. I like it. Me personally, I love seeing like long as it stays on bars and nobody's getting shot or whatever it is, keep it like that. I'd rather just see if they're gonna go at it with words, go for it. But I like seeing this. I mean, I like seeing people getting their feathers ruffled and getting it going. I mean, you may get some good music out of this now. You may really start seeing these dudes start getting creative and start really going in on it now. So I'm for it. I love it. I hopefully nothing crazier happens and just let it just stay on the bars. None of that dumb shit in between.
Okay. Jason, Corey.
I mean, I hope we get some music from it.
Okay.
But I mean, I feel like Kendrick and Drake been sending subs at each other for years. It's been years. Been sending shots at each other for years. I mean, it's not a secret that the big three are considered to be Drake, JCole, and Kendrick. And I don't know if it was just the whole Drake and Cole being super cool. I don't even think they teaming up. I think they've always been cool with each other.
Okay.
They started their touring with each other. They're doing features together, doing songs together. And I don't know if that's, and in some of these songs you're talking about, hey, we the big three. And Kendrick gets mentioned in a song. I mean, because it's not a secret. That's who.
He
everybody.
also then goes on to say, me and Drake are the Spider-Man memes.
Yeah.
Meaning it's me and him.
Yeah.
Not,
Great.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Who
And
said
then
that?
Drake.
Drake.
Drake said that. Who?
Him and Cole. Oh, sorry.
No,
J. Cole
Cole
said
says-
that him and Drake are the
like Spider-Man
So
memes
me
looking at each
and
other.
you were
Like
both
pointing at each
good. Me and
It's
you were
only two
both.
Spider-Mans in that picture?
Yeah. Is it?
I thought
Yeah.
it was three.
Nah, I think it's
I think the original is the 2, and then
It's
you got
2.
the one with the 3.
yeah.
But they're talking about that. I mean, I don't know if that rubbed Kendrick the wrong way. That's like, oh, you guys are over here having a good time, thinking y'all the best, and I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
The dude puts out music when he puts out music, and it's sometimes a long time in between, so you don't always know where Kendrick's at or what he's thinking or what he's might be going through something. Who knows? But I'm just kind of felt like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But
For
maybe
sure.
it's something that he's had simmering. Who knows? But
Alright.
now I think it's just led to a lot of other people picking sides.
Some fallout.
Like
from it.
friends or industry. You thought they was your friends, and then these guys saying, "Hey, Ross don't fuck with you." And now,
So it is
now-
weird
That's petty.
to get a lot of people unfollowing you all of a sudden after
Y'all
around,
done
or
made-
around the time that this song comes out.
And then they made money with each other.
And I
beforehand.
do feel like, if
That's
the
some bitch
energy
shit,
wasn't
though.
there, it should have been like that. Don't do it
Who
when.
did this?
So it's a couple people. It was Metro Boomin who helped release the album.
Rick
He
Ross.
started it. Rick
Ross.
Ross unfollowed Drake. This dude named Nav unfollowed Drake. I feel like I'm missing somebody, but either way, like we were talking about earlier, Joe Budden, and I don't know if you want to talk about this or not, Corey, calling out certain people for kind of being flip-flopping and switching sides and kind of just riding whoever got the wave at the moment.
They only gonna go where the money at.
Because a lot of them,
But
y'all.
that's what Joe Budden was alluding to. He was like, he been saying Drake had fake people around him. He was basically saying a lot of them just was around him
He got
to
bread.
get money. He got bread, and he gonna get them, help him sell records. So a lot of them was just cool with him. And then like he said about Travis Scott, like you was just on his album, and he was on your album. Then you at Rolling Loud, jumping up like a girl, fangirl. So I'm gonna play the diss song. And he basically Joe Budden just aired him out. Was like, you like a whole sucker right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see where this goes.
It's crazy because I feel like what they call the Drake stimulus package. A lot of y'all wrote off that Drake stimulus package. Now it's like, oh yeah,
Man, they
he
eat
gave
good.
y'all cuts. Like let's say what it is. He didn't give y'all cuts.
Well, maybe something authentic could come out of him out of this.
Out of who?
Out of Drake.
I feel
So-
like he might be the most authentic one in there.
He may be a
Not
bully.
when you,
I
not
think-
when you buying your friends.
So I don't think he's buying his friends. I think
I don't
people are kind of
Or I'm sorry,
Utilizing
he got
him.
moochers.
he's people
He
utilizing him.
like MC Hammer.
And that kind of sucks when you got to look around and be like, damn, these motherfuckers fuck with me. You know, you look feel crazy like, yo, they mess with me for real, or
That's what I'm saying.
because we hot right now. Like,
That's
what's
why
going on?
That's why I said I feel like something authentic should come out of him behind this.
Sure, and he can. And,
Out of him, like,
so-
not his board of directors.
I think JCole may really come hard on him though.
He had
Pause.
his opportunity.
no,
He had his
so
opportunity
the new word
to
is
go
no
hard.
Diddy.
No, did
It is.
The tush push.
No homo is no Diddy.
Yeah, we can't say home. You can't say no homo.
People
no more,
still
but
say
you can say
stuff
no,
like that?
You could do
You
pause.
gotta acknowledge stuff like that.
You could,
If not all men,
sometimes
I'm all man. I don't have to.
don't like if you say. We don't have to get into the specifics, but you know,
Don't.
you know,
don't say it.
I don't have to.
They're gonna be like the Moria. Gonna be like Moria, Roy and Maul.
Yeah.
They be beeping whole lines out. He say, "Yo, I say," he's like, "Bip, bip, bip."
I don't feel as though I have to say that.
and that's good. And you know what? You shouldn't. And in reality, you
It's a
shouldn't.
fad.
You really shouldn't.
It's a fad because people weren't saying that beforehand.
Yeah.
I mean, unless we're gonna say that's what she said. That's,
Yeah, I love that.
I'll go with that.
I think there's always been a little
be
bit
right.
of pettiness in life, no matter whatever you grew up in.
I don't know.
I hope we get some good music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Authentic
wondering.
Drake.
Do you expect
the
Drake
Drake and
and J. Cole to?
I wonder if they're gonna do a song together. Or they're gonna do their own individual songs. Who knows?
They may come out like Demolition.
Yeah.
'Cause I think they just got done. Because I think Cole's leg of the tour just ended. Because I think he's getting ready for his album press run.
They got
Because he just brought.
Fest in 2 weeks.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
And he just brought out.
That's why he had to get off.
He's got Dirk and Wayne on tour with him now.
Okay.
Got Wayne up there with two brothers.
I know. I suspect we're gonna get
But
some
can y'all
music.
just see Rick Ross just like unfriend? I'm just gonna unfriend him.
So Rick Ross' baby mother been online talking that behind closed doors he talked dirty about Drake. She said he pillow talked so much about Drake it's
Don't talk
crazy.
dirty about Drake though.
But
It's easy to hate him because people think he ain't rich.
'Cause he
So-
knocking
so-
that
so-
girl off.
easy
Well,
to
if you
hate
making
somebody,
music
easy
with
to not like somebody is one thing. Whatever it is with Future and Metro Boomin and him is personal, and whatever relationships got intertwined or something, that's what that
If
is.
it's over Jones, that's really that.
It's over Drake smashing the joint.
Uh-huh.
So
It was Metro's little side piece he was knocking off.
Yeah, he,
She wanted the 6 guy, so what you get mad for?
he said OVO.
And see, my thing,
That's like me getting mad if I'm trying to talk to a girl and then she talk to one of y'all. What you think I'm gonna do? I don't trust y'all niggas on the pod no more. Get me a whole nother pod group and just dish y'all. That's whack.
What?
see the only thing I don't like
world they living in rap.
with Ross. So I'm like Ross. He always threw you on the album. He always do a feature on your albums. He always put you on music with him.
Trash.
Like you said, he always going where the money is. Man.
Facts.
How long have they like? How long has it been since they actually connected?
That's why I'm glad we got somebody like 50 Cent.
I feel like that
I
last
don't know
song
the
they
last
did
song.
was
Who's
what?
calling these guys out on this?
Was that the Lemon Pepper freestyle? Might be the
Yep.
last one they did.
yeah,
The freestyle that when Drake had to cut him off. All right, you breathing too hard. Let me finish the rest for you.
See-
we know I don't like when people are a fan of someone, and then they're like, oh, since they're going up against their favorite rapper now, they don't like them. Yeah. Like if you got to keep the same energy. Like if you mess with them, you mess with them.
so
Like-
that's Travis Scott to me right now.
Yeah, that's to me that's weird to me.
That's Travis Scott.
Like if that's your man, if anything, like I put it in the chat, if to settle all this mess, because if it's personal, then you got to handle it personally. If it's about who got the better rap skills, put all 4 of them, give all 4 of them the same beat from a neutral producer who may never produce nothing for none of them, and let them go and let the people decide.
What happened last time?
When
The last time when you put the 4 hottest rappers on the same beat, what happened?
do it again. If he's for me, Drake want to know. So if you want to do it again, do it again. To me, that's the only way that you can settle all this. All this talking about unfollowing people and all that stuff is whack. Who gives a
Yeah.
You about to have me cuss? I don't like cussing on here.
Yeah.
But who cares? Like,
Right.
all that other who smashed who cares? Who cares? At the end
Somebody
of the day,
care.
at the end of the day, y'all
Clearly.
pass these Jones around
The IG models.
like they playing cards.
Yeah,
Like who
but
cares?
She must have.
that fire.
Yeah.
For somebody just to say, no, I'm going to unfriend you, man.
And that's the only thing where this beef is kind of weird because
That's
you
why
got some people, like Brian
so
said,
much.
they got personal issues. You got
And
some
then
people
some
that got
people
lyrical issues. Like, yo, we got professional beef right, here. We got
That's
professional.
why I
See,
said-
Kendrick. See, to me, Kendrick
is
doesn't
why
fall
I
in that
love
group with the
this-
Yeah,
other.
Kendrick,
It's
that's straight
just
about
they need his
fashion.
ammo, so they's like, come with us, and that's how he got grouped in with that.
Four cats, put them all in the same song. If it's
Yeah.
about something else, you handle it the other way.
Yeah.
But if it's about lyrics, prove it.
Yeah, and I think that's where we're getting to now. I think
Prove it.
I think that's where we're about to head to.
And I like Big Sean. But he tried to enter the chat, and I like, Big Sean, this is above your pay grade, bro.
Yeah, I feel bad
Yes,
for him
it-
sometimes.
Some
I like Big
some
Sean,
people
though.
need-
I like
He
Big
got
Sean.
he got Janae.
Some of these guys
Yeah,
need to
Big
stay
Sean
out
do
of
his
this
thing.
shit.
He be all right.
Big Sean do
Some
his
of these
thing.
people need to stay out of it. Let the people who got the issue have the issue.
It's really the three.
Right,
It's
get
the
me.
three.
Let-
Kendrick don't even belong in. Man, that's between Metro, Drake, and Future.
Yeah.
Now,
let them
now I
handle
keep
it.
telling you, if Drake do a diss and have Future, I mean, have Russell Wilson show up with his son in the video, it's over.
Who Russell
And
Wilson?
that's petty as hell. That's petty as hell. That's
It
something
is
I can see him do. If 50 get in his ear, yo, you know what you should do, right?
That's gonna be
You
real.
should do a video
But he
and have his
he
son
should
in it.
not do that because we saw what it did with 50 and Rick Ross. When 50 had Rick Ross's baby mom sex tape and all that stuff going on, all that did was propel Rick Ross and brought 50 down.
Nah, that ain't real.
Yes, it did. When Rick Ross
Yes
Rick Ross
and
started
no.
having
Yes
he
and
had his
no.
best
I
run.
think-
No. Rick Ross had his best run
Well,
when 50 started going at it,
that-
and 50's whole career declined like this, and he started making movies. and
it's
TV
depending
shows.
on how you look at 50, right? So I would argue that 50 Cent was probably already declined by then.
Nah. When you came at 50 at that time, he put you down.
I would say
Man,
he already
50's
declined.
still that bully.
He was already declined.
2009, yeah, he was done. He was,
Nah. The moment
But at the same token,
Okay,
I don't
okay.
I don't think people will actively go at 50 Cent because of his level of pettiness. He proved that he will go to a level of pettiness that you don't want this problem.
I think it did this. I think if you start entering that world, you're going to help propel the other guy.
Okay, maybe.
If that's not your objective.
Okay, maybe. I can't
If,
argue.
you, if
either
your
way.
if your objective is to, hey, I want you to come to this level with me so we can do this, I get it. But if it's to bring the other guy down, wrap that shit out.
Would you say now in
Because Jay didn't bring Nas's baby mom out. He just mentioned the baby seat.
the wackest shit ever, right?
We saw what happened, right?
The wackest shit ever,
So that
right?
proves my point, no?
Then his mama did what?
Scolded.
Yeah, go on Hot 90. Embarrassed you. That was the whole L right there. You had to say sorry. Dame, I can't believe
You got your whole squad saying, Jay, you sound like an angry little girl when you drop that bar, and you put out a whole double album to try to ether somebody that already put you in a box. Like, I don't know.
Hey.
I don't get
We'll
get
see.
the new rappers.
I don't know what this line is today, but I won't put anything off the table. So we'll see what happens. I do think
It's an interesting.
I think they both will say something either indirectly or directly.
I was just thinking, if they take my approach, they gonna look at Drake to pay for it.
Say, yo,
They gonna say, "You make the most money, so you gotta pay for it. You gotta buy the producer. You gotta pick the venue."
he said, put on Drake tab. He said, we put on your tab, baby.
Drake gonna say, "Yeah, I got this."
But
Oh God.
I think
Yeah.
after this though, it will help clear the air about definite 1, 2, 3 position and
Like I said, I
you
mean,
know, we'll go from there.
This is good though.
there.
This is really good. I like.
It's good for them.
I like it. I
It's
like
good for the consumer too.
It's good for them because I think the guys that's younger than them is moving them to the side anyway.
It depends on what you like in rap. So if
Evidently, people like Travis Scott, Dirk, and all them other
the
cats that
young
rap
kid,
like
but
that.
no, those Travis Scott to me reaches not just young urban communities. He reaches a whole gambit of people.
I've never known he
X-Men
heard
pun
one
intended. but you've probably heard it indirectly.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Right.
I've never knowingly heard one of the
Right.
songs.
And whereas J. Cole, even though other groups may listen to J. Cole, lyrically, in terms of hip hop and rap, it's going to be hard to find a rapper in their prime, currently active, that probably puts together lyrics as well as he does.
As well as who?
J. Cole.
Oh.
And yes, there are people who can do that, but as far as checking a lot of boxes, as far as whoever number one is, I can say J. Cole does it. To some extent, you can argue Drake does it. To maybe somewhat of a lesser extent, you could probably say Kendrick Lamar does it. It all depends on what you're looking for. But
That's
to me,
why they're the three.
right. And to me, though, I would say if you're looking for one guy to represent it in their prime right now, I would say it probably is J. Cole. If I had to pick a number one, I would probably say it has to be J. Cole.
So these three. So what? Okay. So the three of them, Cole. Well, basically Kendrick is the one that fired at both of them, right? That's where it started from.
Mm-hmm.
So his problem is that he don't want to be mentioned in the same light as them.
No, I
Or is
think not enough respect was given. I feel like he feels there were certain
That's
things
a-
that were said in previous songs, and again, we don't know how long he might have been
They've
feeling
taken shots
this.
for
But that
years.
might be a testament to what he was saying. If you don't drop enough music consistently, of course you're gonna fall behind these cats.
And yes, and so again, we'll see what comes of this.
That's on
Then
them.
that's on him then.
Because even Cole,
That's his blunder.
even Cole,
That's the whole thing.
Cole doesn't always put out an album as like Drake makes the most music.
right.
Keep
He's
going.
the most frequent,
But Cole,
Cole does fefeatures. Like he's
but
like I ain't put out.
he's
I'm doing
still
all these
present.
features.
Right.
Cole
right.
just started doing features though now recently because
he-
he really didn't do them back in the day.
Because he's the only one that dropped a solo album in like what the last 10, 15 years. It was just him.
Just him, right.
And it still did numbers.
Right.
Yeah. So that's his claim.
And that's
to
what I'm
fame
saying.
Right there.
I give
If
him
I had
respect
to
for
pick
that.
one-
A lot of people don't do that shit.
You can't top that.
Yeah.
Shit, that's like French Montana. You will never see him by himself. He's got like everybody on his album. So,
He gonna
Can't
have-
be by himself.
no,
He gonna be
he
on
can't
both.
be by himself. Just being real
If I
with
see
it.
Fresh Montana, that's the only name on the song. Whoa.
It's just like,
Ain't nobody gonna listen to a whole album of that.
Boom, 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 boom.
No.
But I think J. Cole out of the
Nah,
three.
leave my West Side Gun alone.
Nah, I
damn
fuck
it.
with West Side.
Out
It's
of-
just
out of
I
them
fuck with him,
three,
damn it.
Out of them three, Cole, Kendrick, and what's the name? Drake. I think J. Cole, I'm like you. I think he offers the most.
he would check most of the boxes for me.
Yeah, he offers the most. So if anything, he should be like, "Hey, this is between you two ladies."
And so
But
there
now
is
he
an
caught
argument.
it. He
There is
got
an
an
argument
argument.
online that says, is this directly at Drake? And it's just backlash. It just got strays
That
caught
both
by
of
J. Cole. But then I can't say that too because he took his line. He took a specific J. Cole line and made it
Two songs.
and turned it into something else.
It's at both of them.
So now he's
so
going to
it's
have
definitely
to
both of
He's
them.
going to have to respond.
It's definitely both of them.
If anything, I mean, hopefully they make, like you said, hopefully they make money off of this, but they stand to make more money together than against
And
one
I wouldn't
another.
be surprised after the all end of this, we get a
They'll
triple
do
threat,
They'll do something.
a triple threat song or something
I
like
think that's.
that.
I think
I don't
His
think
beef
that-
to me is
I
not
don't-
the same beef as Future. His
I don't-
beef to me is not the same beef. I think Future was like, look, man, I don't fuck with this nigga. Oh, you don't fuck with him? And you know what? I've been waiting to get at this motherfucker for a minute anyway. Let me just,
I don't think he's going. I don't think he's gonna work with Kendrick though.
to do that.
who, Drake? Maybe.
Have they
Remember,
done something together before?
They haven't done a song since. How
Yeah.
long ago was that song? That song going on 10 years old.
No,
They
that was
did-
Poetic Justice.
Huh?
That was Poetic Justice.
So it just,
Oh yeah, Poetic Justice.
yeah.
But they ain't. How long ago?
They
was
ain't
Poetic?
done nothing since.
Yeah, that shit like 10
That's over
years
10
old.
years ago.
So they've done songs. They've done songs.
And
That was on his first
Him
album.
and Cole
They
was
haven't
on
done
a
a
song
song in 10
together.
years.
I don't know if they were together in that song, but
And
they
Kendrick-
were on a song.
And
together.
Kendrick and J. Cole have made songs together.
Kendrick and J. Cole
They
were
supposed
on
to
a
do an
song
album.
together, and they were supposed to do an album years back that fell through. So again, I think he's just in the mindset of right now saying, you know what, I got to prove to everybody that I'm the number one, and that's what he's going after. But he's
Just
getting
want
dragged.
attention, man.
He's getting dragged into a bigger thing between Future and Drake.
Yeah,
That's a whole other issue. Man.
yeah, them two ain't did a song in 12 years, dog.
So
They ain't doing no music together.
we'll see what comes of it. That's
that
all I
was
can
when
say.
Kendrick first came out.
Nothing.
This is
It's making me sleep.
We'll see what happens. Where we gonna go to next?
all you cats just need to bar up, man. That's
Yeah, I think that's where it's
Or,
gonna go. I think where it's gonna go.
let the people decide.
We want to transition to sports.
Sure.
March Madness.
I haven't been watching all the
You
games,
said Women's March Madness?
which I will say is
I've been watching
It's
it.
been better than
will
the
be
men's.
we be. No, I will say that it is more watched than the men's.
Sure is.
The games are a lot more competitive.
They have more star. They have more.
They got more
stars
Yep.
in women's NCAA right now than men do. You can't tell me name
Name a men's player right now, Jason. I think right now, Brian just Brian name a women's player.
You can't go wrong with Jason Williams. It's always a Jason Williams somewhere.
He said Caitlin Clark,
I can tell you Caitlin
and
Clark.
Brian don't even watch it like that.
I can tell you Caitlin Clark. I
Caitlin
can't
Clark.
tell you what man player.
Exactly. They got my girl.
The Jeopardy song would have been playing. Wait, no, Jason would be like,
Ain't there a
he'd be like Bobby
ain't
Hurley.
there a Lamar Odom Jr. playing right now or something? LeBron the third, somebody. What y'all NBA niggas got to have somebody?
And they really ain't none of them kids. Just,
Ain't none of them
shit.
shine.
Nah.
Ain't none of them shine.
Like
Nope.
Tavon
I
said,
can
it's
tell
gonna
you
be a
Caitlin
Jason
Clark. Now you know that's bad. You know that's bad what I could give you. Caitlin Clark. That's terrible.
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese.
The other chick I can't remember. Oh man.
Wait for LSU.
Look, see? Oh, see, look, yeah, see?
Yeah.
He named two people. I asked him for somebody on men's. He was 0.
Give him a round of applause.
One second. This is the new 2024 Jason, ladies and
That
gentlemen.
brought tears to my eyes. Yeah, y'all.
We're gonna do this real quick, and we're gonna give a brief moment of silence. And now for a brief moment of silence to the 2023 Jason. God damn it! I said brief. You didn't even give me a second.
Jason the feminist.
I feel like I can't beat him.
But yes, the women's does have more star power right now, and I will venture to say that
And the games are a lot more competitive.
And I've been some blowouts too. But when they do calculate the numbers and it's all said and done, I will speculate that women's will probably be more watched than the guys this year. And it's just really no standout male basketball star. There's a couple good players you can see on some teams here and there, but I mean, when big teams like Kentucky getting knocked out, hey, we'll see.
I busted my bracket.
Yep.
And what's up with Bronny? Is he still dealing with the medical situation?
Nah, he's
Now he came back. I just don't think he's a top. He's not a top college player.
Does USC still in it?
The women's are.
Women's on.
Somebody got hold it in.
Juju out there.
Juju, ooh, yeah,
Watkins.
yeah. Yeah.
I feel like I want to talk about something else.
Don't do this, Brian. Don't do this, Brian.
It's you today, huh?
Don't do this, Brian.
It's you today.
You've been the one.
Jason
been
over
the
here escaping passes.
You've been the gleamer of hope for the show since its inception.
I just feel like we just need to move on.
All right. So look,
I love women.
one thing I would like to, and I don't even know why I'm transitioning to this. This is probably a bad segue.
Uh-oh. Is it still sports?
It's not sports.
We done with sports?
All right, is there something else in sports you wanted to get at?
Nah, we talked about free agency last week.
Yeah, we did. Nothing really happening yet.
Yeah, nothing.
Besides Aaron Donald retired.
Yeah, Aaron
we
Donald
threw
retired.
that out there.
Let's do that out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we talked about that last week because he was all sides on that Let's Play in the Super Bowl or whatever.
So before we go,
That hurts my
and you
feelings every time.
still-
I hate
and
that.
every-
Man,
just let it go, man. Hey.
man.
Ray Finkel carried that beef with Dan Marino.
I might look. I might be on my death. look. I'm gonna be on my deathbed.
Said Ray Finkel.
Nigga held that beef forever.
He trying to shoot Dan Marino.
He said, I will turn into a woman to get my lick back.
Yeah, man. I could be on my deathbed. They be like, "You have any last words?" I'd be like, "Come close, come close." Get right there. Be like,
No Diddy.
Aaron Donald was offsides. And Jamar Chase burned Jalen Ramsey. Put on my tombstone.
Before we get off, we usually end on wrestling. If y'all want to talk wrestling briefly before anything, we get off.
I got questions about wrestling.
But before we get to wrestling, there was something that came out. I didn't get to watch it yet. I know a lot of people have been watching it, and if we do watch it and want to discuss it one day, I just want to bring it to like. They have this fucking documentary on Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Fans are watching that.
And
Oh yeah.
It's on Max, right?
Yeah.
It was on ID channel, but it's on Max.
It's on Max now.
That shit made me sad. I ain't
Yeah.
even watch it. I ain't even
man.
watch it yet, and I'm sad.
Y'all had Drake out there getting touched on like.
Drake Bell.
You know what? Off subject.
I'm thinking you talking about Drake.
Oh no.
You know what?
No, it's,
Because he was in Degrassi. I'm like, wait, what you saying?
no,
Drake Bell.
you ain't watched it, bro. You see something. Looking at
Man.
it, it's weird. Like I didn't think it was wrong, but now at the age I am, why you got a white girl on her knees? They pushing the
butt?
water fountain
To get
and
splashed.
she over there is going in her mouth. She like this.
What show was this on?
It's on
This is on all day.
All the,
Yo, they had all them on there.
Yeah, that is. You know what? It's sad because it had Drake Bell and Amanda Bynes look crazy all these years. Maybe.
see, I felt like Drake Bell kind of held it in.
He did. He pretty
well.
started making music, and
He held it in pretty well.
Kinda got out
But
of
he
the-
himself comes out and tells you, like, yeah, this shit happened to me.
Especially when he was blowing his phone up when he's at his girl crib.
Yeah.
The mom made him like go sit
And
there.
so, you know what? And a lot of this is if you're looking at the parents a little bit, and I'm not putting fault on anybody. Like the people behind it deserve to get the same treatment. R. Kelly, whoever else, right?
Right.
But I don't think I can leave my child. And it's hard because you think you should trust these people,
No, you cannot.
But you remember
but
the
you
black
can't
mom?
leave them. And yeah,
She was
that's
saying stuff and they
you
was telling
can't
her to
leave
shut up.
them with people
Yeah.
that you don't know like that, and
It's
let
not-
them stay at the house. And like, nah, I'm not doing
that's
that.
the
Hell
part.
no.
I'm only
Hell no.
saying this because I'm the only parent here. There was no way in hell I would let some of that stuff slide from what they did with them kids, man. That is. That's an abomination.
They dangle that carrot of fame, fortune, and all this in front of them people, and they just crumble under the pressure.
yeah, because I feel like
You know, it's crazy. I mean, it seemed like Drake Bell had been screaming about all of this for years, and then everybody was just basically.
I never heard. Him
I
say
feel
that.
like he held it in so
Yeah.
good. But then you look
There's
at
others though.
What's
Man,
the
you
black
said
kid-
he said he held it in too good.
no Diddy.
Yeah, okay.
See, this is why, Brian. This is why I have to say it. I can't just say. but no. Orlando Brown, right? And so Orlando
Another
Brown is
He was Disney,
He's not.
but yeah.
He's not. I don't want to say the wrong thing. He is not who I think he should be. But I think that is because of
what
what
happened.
he may or may have not experienced, right? And so I'm looking at people who have these hard times after they go through their childhood, and you're like, damn, I don't know what they went through now. You think it's just they've been doing drugs and all this other shit, but
That's why. Did you see the jokes on Twitter when it was like, no wonder why like Just Jordan and Romeo didn't have like a third or fourth season because they wasn't giving up no ass.
because and the boy said it.
That's what
He said I wasn't giving up no ass,
Yo,
and they canceled
Just
us.
Jordan came out there and said that. Oh,
He said-
no wonder why I got canceled. He said I wasn't giving up no ass.
Yeah, that was JJ.
Yeah.
Little JJ. said
Yeah,
that.
But
Don't
see,
blame him.
even with the things like outside of, it'd be weird that, all right, they spending the night at whoever's house and all that. But like, as far as them being on set and them working, I can't fault the parents on that aspect because it's not much different than you sending your kid to a school. I'm a teacher. I know you sending your kid to a school. How many times you see on the news teachers is touching people?
That's true.
yeah.
They going on trips to.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in school, we going on trips to Washington D.C. We cross the state lines,
Yeah.
but you're setting them with people
For real,
that you
that you
think
trust.
You can trust.
Yes.
In the
But
same note, and that's the terrible part is these are people that you're entrusting your children with.
and that's why I say they should be held just as accountable as every other sexual offender that we held before them. Don't give them no leniency. Like, I don't even think is Harvey Weinstein in jail?
Yeah, he got
Is
30. Yeah, he got 30 to
Okay,
life.
because I
He
didn't
ain't
hear
getting
about it. I
out.
remember him, like, all the stuff came out, but he never talked about
They
him going
drug him out of there. He tried to fall with his
Okay.
gang. They was like, let's go.
So, yeah, as long as they're, I don't want to say it's right, but yeah, hold all of them accountable, everybody involved, the enablers, and everybody.
Yeah. It was sad.
Something
watching.
about Drake Bell's, what I saw about him, that don't sit right a little bit to me, because they were saying they told his parents don't leave him with,
that person, man.
yeah,
What's his name? Brian Peck, I think.
and
Not related or not related to Josh Peck.
Oh,
Is he related to?
I know,
don't
he
know,
might be
but
mixing up the names, but
It's kind of
Josh
crazy.
is,
Man,
He
Josh, they
actually
had a
just spoke
falling
out
out.
on
Yeah,
it too,
yeah.
man.
They had a falling out when they became adults. Like
Yeah.
they had a falling out.
right.
Behind us, I think.
So-
man, but
We got.
He
I need
finally
to
spoke out.
watch it to give my full
it's
thought about it.
2-part. Watch.
it's 4 part. It's 4 parts.
Oh, it's gonna be okay.
It's 4 parts.
Yeah,
All four is on.
all of them are on HBO Max right now.
But I just want to
remember
give
watching
some
it.
light to that.
It's-
And
I watched it and my jaw just was dropping because part of me was like, man, you see like Amanda Bynes and you see him, you could tell that they were like screaming for help on this.
Especially them pictures. Like, if you
Yeah,
see the
man.
pictures he was taking,
all of them.
that wouldn't fly today.
All of them are.
No, none of that
like
shit
though.
would, man.
Remember the Disney kids is in the same
Had the
production.
See, I
black
feel
boy.
like when Disney was going under, and when all the stuff came out with Disney, Nickelodeon was over there like, oh shit, like
you know
oh,
what's
We on the
crazy?
clock.
but they didn't like Nickelodeon never got put on like Disney was.
But
Now
you know what
that's
else is
coming out.
crazy about it? And Jason, you know I love Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
But apparently, I guess Drake Bell was telling, I guess, some of them castmates from that show about that dude, and they was up there defending that motherfucker. So
Yeah,
that has me looking at them looking at it a certain way now. I'm like,
well, I know one point, like way back in the day, I used to like that show Zoe 101.
They
That
talking
had
about that on there.
that had what's the name sister in it.
Britney Spears.
Yeah, Jamie Lynn Spears was on there, and that show ended because she got pregnant. But they used to say one of the rumblings, the rumors used to be that they say it was her boyfriend at the time, whatever, they're teenagers. But one of the rumors used to be that it was one of the producers' kids that got her pregnant.
yeah.
Now we gotta get them DNA
Yeah,
tests
the
out.
one
and-
girl was on there talking about they kicked her off because she like developed.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah, she got busted.
And I remember her too. I remember her on all that.
It was
I
on
forgot.
all that, right?
The chick
Yeah.
from all that. She used to be on all that. All the like the earlier season. You
She
used to
said her puberty. She had a
Oh,
puberty
you talking about
spurt.
Yeah,
the
She used to
they
do
kicked
the
her off.
Spanish looking?
They phased her off. little by
like
little.
she was like, oh, she was like,
the shorter one.
I forgot her name, but I know exactly what you're talking
I'm
about.
gonna watch this.
I gotta show you. You gonna remember
Yeah,
her
sure,
face?
I'm
You see
gonna-
her
I know
face.
all
you
the-
You see her face, you
they
know
were
her.
fine one of them first couple.
But yeah, you talking about the
And then
Spanish
there
one that
the
was
Spanish.
cute. Yeah,
Oh yeah, she was on another show,
Yeah,
One World. That's man.
What's her name? Diana.
I don't remember her name.
We'll
I used to have a
figure it out.
crush.
Google no.
I had a crush on all of them. They were all my
Then,
girlfriends.
remember when they had the black boy laying down and the dogs was licking peanut butter off him?
Ew.
So is that the one that they got out there quick? Because I don't remember him at all. It was a black dude that.
Yeah, remember his mom, when I was saying his mom
mom got
kept
him
saying,
out,
yo,
yeah.
yo, this is some stuff
Yeah.
y'all shouldn't be
And
doing.
took him out.
And then her agent was like, oh, be quiet.
Yeah.
He getting paid. The,
'Cause they
the
want
mom was
blackball.
like, nah. And she took her son off of that thing after the second.
Yeah, we didn't get to see him.
That is why you guys are seeing indie boom.
Yeah.
People are getting away from that mess.
Yeah,
And the one guy issued an apology.
Dan Snyder.
Yeah,
But
he but he was.
he gotta go to jail.
yeah, he got to do something.
If you was a part of it and you apologize, you incriminated yourself, buddy.
Yeah. That's what they were saying. Probably against the wishes
Statute
of
of
his
limitations.
lawyer.
Lord, yeah.
Yeah, he got on, did a
That was
YouTube
his
apology
that's
and
his
all that.
mental-
It was like a 19, what was it, like 20 minutes? Like a 20 minute.
I didn't
I
watch it. I
didn't
just saw
watch
that
it.
he came.
Yeah,
out
he
with
did
one.
like a 20-minute video.
Yeah.
To me, that sounded like an admission to guilt.
It was.
Yeah.
Handcuffing.
If you see it, I mean, for folks who have not seen this, I mean, it's definitely a jaw-dropping thing that I watched. I was like, wow.
All right, let's end off with wrestling, and we get up out of here. Anything y'all want to talk about wrestling?
I guess this is kind of going to tie into what we're talking about with Ronda Rousey and the comments that she made in her book. I'm just saying, I'm not. I think some of it is hypocritical, but some of it I'm just going to step back and just listen to it. So
Yeah, no,
it is what it is.
Jules.
I didn't see what she said.
She basically make a long.
Got a casting couch.
Yeah, the whole show was like a casting couch.
She pretty much going at Vince, but she said
Steph
Triple H and Steph
were cool with her.
cool, even though Steph was never mind knew about the Ashley Missile. Never mind. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead,
I think I get the gist of it.
she didn't like the environment.
Okay, and we're in the post Vince world right now, right? And I can understand people who were there prior having negative feelings. I think it also has to be a point of you're either gonna do something about whatever occurred to you or not, or is you have to make peace with it. And so these, hey, we're doing lawsuits, we're doing this, whatever, or we got to make peace of it. And for her in particular, it may come off as sour, right? Because of her position, she's not with the company. And so I don't want to discredit her, but you can also, I'm just trying to be unbiased of the situation.
It's coming from a mean place.
Right.
Her husband out there beating up bitch. Never mind.
Actually, hold on.
Yeah,
This is what I was telling them in the group chat. I was like, yo, she really has no excuse. Because she was the biggest person there behind women's being all over stuff.
And she was still getting checks from him.
If she would have said something, everybody would have listened to her.
Yep.
And that's my whole beef with her right there. I was like, why didn't you say nothing the first time you seen that? You got that big voice. You was here.
You bigger than them
You
girls.
was bigger than all them girls. If you'd have came out and said that, everybody would have took that seriously.
And not only that, if it would have came to being physical, she would have hurt him.
And she didn't
They
need.
physically can't do nothing
sure?
to her.
That's my baby, but you sure? I done seen her get knocked out how many times?
But that's by a trained fighter. That's by two trained.
She'll
fighters.
grab somebody and flip them for sure.
Yeah.
I don't.
She flipping nine jacks, big
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah.
Probably not Nia Jax.
She's not gonna fight. I'm not talking about her fighting the ladies. I'm talking about the guys that's there. She ain't none of them messing with her.
Man, fuck her.
You gotta remember, some of them wrestlers ain't as tough as they portray themselves.
I'm cool around it, man.
I just think if she say something once she's there, and someone say something, they get flipped on their head.
So I'm saying she should have just said something. She was the biggest woman on earth, but
I-
you went there
And still got a check.
and got a check.
I'm pretty sure she heard it was going on.
And then when Vince got put out, you didn't say nothing. You still stay there. Then you wait a whole year and you're promoting a book. Oh no.
And see, my issue.
I
She
see the
didn't-
argument on it, but
It wasn't like some of the lesser girls that are worried about their job and they need this job. She didn't even need the job. Like I don't even need to be here. Like I'm gonna say
if
I'm
that
gonna
was
say
the
this,
case,
and I don't
she
need
should
to
have
be
said
here.
something from the jump. Don't put it in a book to sell tickets.
Yeah. And
I
again,
think that's where some folks is at it with it.
I'm not trying to discredit her.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not discrediting her at all, but don't wait until you got to plug a book and just say, well, this happened, this happened.
And really, again,
And you had, like y'all said, she had the bigger voice.
Sound bites, man.
I'm
carry
being-
a long way.
I'm trying to be unbiased of the situation.
No, it makes sense why all the girls didn't like her.
And she ducked Cyborg. She didn't want to fight Cyborg.
So
She was scared.
the timing doesn't look good, and
Cyborg's gonna whoop her ass.
whatever the case is. But either way, anything else wrestling with any of the current story plots? I would like to give a acknowledgement to a stink face performed by Rhea Ripley over the weekend.
Yeah, give it a round of applause, man.
Shayna Baszler then got into the ring and asked her to do it to her.
So
Did y'all
she
see that
acted
part?
as tribute.
Did y'all see that part? I swear to God.
Nah, she
She sat down in the corner.
oh for real. So she volunteered as tribute.
She
I ain't gonna.
she had flashbacks, the best of the best too.
I'll keep my comment.
But she was the uncle, man.
I'm gonna keep my comment.
I would have did the same thing. I would have did the same thing.
I want them to rename it too. I don't think it's a stink face for her. They probably smell like roses. Rose face.
I have a question about wrestling.
It's not real, Brian. Is that your question?
I have no. I have a,
Oh, you told me.
I have
Yeah.
a question I want to ask about wrestling.
Okay.
My question was, is this: what would WCW look like in 2024?
I don't think it would.
Because think about it, it's about to be 25 years since they closed their doors.
Oh wow!
2001.
Yeah.
Wow, it's been that
It's
long.
about to be, yeah. So I'm
2 more years.
It depends on
shit.
the personnel they have. Who
that's what I'm
are we
saying.
leaving it with the last people that they had at that
And-
time?
No, that's what I'm saying. And encompass it any way you want. Like, what do you think will be happening, even with the emergence of Ring of Honor, MLW, some was that one away, like Lucha Underground, and then now AEW. Like, with the landscape of wrestling now,
Would
with WCW still in the mix.
have to speculate at some point.
I think he would have died off.
Not even died. I would speculate at some point they would have struck gold with something. Not struck gold, but hit lightning just out of blue chance. They acquired somebody that turned out to be a whatever, or they came up with a gimmick that turned out to be the best. I don't think at any point it would have toppled what WWE had going on, but I probably say they probably had one good moment extra in there.
I mean, well, they kind of had all the. How I look at it is all them guys that started in Impact was guys they had at the PowerPoint. So then they probably would have stayed around a little longer.
Yeah.
How I think about it. They had AJ Styles. They had Samoa Joe. They had all them at the PowerPoint.
Yep.
And
So it would-
you
you
would
would
see
look
one
at
of
this
them and
be
be
like
like,
a number
"Hey,
two."
we probably got something here."
And also don't forget the fact that a lot of those guys like Sting, Goldberg, Kevin Nash, Scott Steiner, DDP, Booker T, all those guys
Jarrett.
still had him. All it's legit. All those guys still had contracts that was like years long.
Mm-hmm.
So they was what, like 4 and 5 year contracts, and they was only in year one of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you would have 5 years of those guys there, but then like you said, you got the emergence of a Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and whoever else, the Kidmans and all them that was still there that might not have left in in 01 when it was time for them to go somewhere else.
And Rey Mysterio started WCW right before going. He was
ECW,
The EC
WCW.
So yeah, they had people, and I feel like the more the lucha people were WCW than WWE. The real luchas were, to me,
Yeah,
WCW.
Cruiserweights
That's what made it.
They was stealing the show every night. Man.
Yeah.
I think they would be probably a strong 3. Maybe a number 2 if AEW was coming out and then WCW
won't be
was
no-
I don't think there is no.
It-
they-
it prob-
yeah,
Don't think so?
There wouldn't be an AEW
I think AEW came
out of
because there was
necessity.
no WCW or no.
Look
other
like it's
big,
turning into
big
New
company.
Japan Pro Wrestling.
AEW was made for one person. Okay, it was made for Punk to have somewhere to go. And then now somebody's getting blamed. Yo, you can't come back here because I lost CM Punk.
Me personally, I just think it would be. I think the world of wrestling will be way, way different. Like, I think you would have had a guy. I think Batista probably would have jumped because he left multiple times and came
Yeah.
back. You never would have gotten
quit.
Cena. They would never would have gotten Cena. I think they would have gotten to CM Punk or Bryan Danielson. I think they would have gotten them. I think you would have seen matches that now they probably seem out of the way that you wouldn't have got them. Like you would have got Sting and Samoa Joe in WCW and not Sting and Samoa Joe in Impact.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have got those. I think you would have seen the emergence of. I think AJ Styles would have already been where he is now
He
anyway.
wouldn't. No, the Shovel Master was still there. If Hogan was there, he'd have been 22-time champ. Okay,
And
he'd been burying all them young boys.
But I'm just saying, like
I feel
all
like
those.
Hogan would have came back to WWE.
Hogan dropping a leg on.
I feel like Hogan would have went back to WWE.
But a lot, and that too is like you still have all those guys that were still under contract. It's like, do you say, oh, do we want to put all of our old guys together again? The NWO, we can't keep doing that. Like,
The one storyline they had that I liked, but I just don't think they did. Remember when they had the New Blood Rising versus the old?
yeah.
That made sense at the time when they did it.
they just it backfired on them really.
Mm-hmm.
That was them trying the old guys putting the new guys over. It would work.
But them old guys didn't want to put some of them new guys over.
See, he
So
supposed to do what
that's-
Vince did. What Vince telling you sitting down, you getting out of here.
And then think that the guys that were disgruntled in WWE probably would have dipped.
Jump over, yeah.
And
That's
all
what
those
kinda happened.
and all those guys that were getting released when they was having like after Mania cuts, WCW be like, ooh, who's coming?
Yeah.
And at that time, they might have had the bigger paycheck than the Impact or Ring of Honor.
I'd
or
like to see
somebody like
Eddie
that.
Guerrero go back to go to WCW. I want to see him do a couple matches.
Now, okay, just think about the question, or think about the response. So Eddie Guerrero beats Brock Lesnar, goes to WrestleMania and beats Kurt Angle, has a moment with Chris Benoit in the ring. His contract comes up, he leaves, and then goes back to WCW. But he has that power now because he was a champion in WWE and had a main event match in WrestleMania. So you can book Eddie Guerrero versus Sting to headline your pay-per-view.
I'm not even thinking about even terms of
He had a moment with Vacant.
with story wise. I just kind of wanted to see certain matches. Like to me, I think Rey Mysterio is WCW. I see Eddie Guerrero. I don't want to say I see, but I would like to see Eddie Guerrero. Four Horsemen were WCW at one point, right? Weren't they?
That was
over there?
always
The
WCW.
NWA.
Yeah. Some of them technical wrestlers I remember in WCW. I kind of wanted to see.
Yeah,
that.
see, WCW is around. Cody can finish his story over there.
Made me spit water all over Jason. On my nose.
You owe me a couple.
I feel like Jericho would have been flopping back and forth, but end up in WCW. But yeah, certain matches I would like to probably have seen in WCW.
You probably would have had like the guys that are hitting now, like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. All of them probably would have been WCW.
Yeah.
Because at some point they was like, oh, let's get all the guys who are unique and bring them here before they go over the WWE.
It's an interesting concept.
That was a good question.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I would wonder.
Or Brian, my fault.
Yeah, I was wondering. Now I'm thinking about like, damn, what would they look like? And no, and if AEW didn't exist, all of those guys that are there now.
Yeah.
And Sting would have never had to go to WWE.
Nope.
Jobbed out.
True.
That bothers me still. How Sting's WWE.
Yeah, they did him dirty in that.
Who do you think major wise would have jumped from WWE to WCW if it was still here?
DDP.
Today?
No, I'm talking about WWE to there.
From the E to jump over to it now?
Think about let's move forward to 2017 when Cena was the top of the mountain.
I think. Oh, see, you're talking about 2017.
I
was gonna go by from today.
I think
You can still say today.
To me,
I think Kurt Angle would have jumped. I think Angle
see,
would
to
have
me,
jumped.
he already did jump in my head.
No, I'm just saying. I just think I think he would have jumped. I think. Ooh, yeah, man, this is a good one.
I was gonna say, and this may be far fetched. Seth Rollins.
Nah.
I think the if I'm being petty enough, if I'm Seth Rollins and I'm petty enough, and I'm looking at Roman, and we all kind of came in together, I'm like, I could headline another show. Let Roman headline this show. All right, I got y'all. I'm gonna go headline a whole nother.
What would the women's division look like?
If Dolph Ziggler had any sense, he'd have been.
Dolph Ziggler. I can see Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I can see.
Shelton Benjamin probably would have made a jump.
It's one of them things like
I think they would have took WCW would have took more of the workers, not the entertainer guys. But
I was reading earlier. They said out of that whole class with Brock Lesnar, Cena, Batista, all that, they said Shelton Benjamin was the best athlete. Which I wish he could talk well. That's my only thing with him. I wish he could really cut it out.
So Mama Benjamin was from.
Yeah,
Gold standard.
I be trying to black out that
Shelton
moment.
can do everything in
Weird.
there except talk.
I'm a big Shelton Benjamin fan.
Where is Gunter?
WCW.
I think
he would have been. I think
he'd
he'd have been WCW.
I think he'd have been WWE.
He more
I think
WWE guy.
WCW.
You know who I think would have been their guy?
Miro.
No.
Oh.
RVD.
Oh yeah.
Pop. Or what do we call him now?
You saw Okada.
Pop.
Is his name Pac?
I
What's
think
his name?
I think
Bastard Pac.
those guys would be in
Yeah.
WCW.
All
the
those-
Asian guys. Yep.
Yep.
Kenny Omega will probably be a mid Carter. Him and the Bucks would be mid Carters. I think they would.
The Bucks versus Harlem Heat.
You know what? You know what would probably would have been a money fight if just because we doing a speculation at that time, like Batista versus Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
Now what Scott
For
Steiner
them.
talking about, man?
Big Papa Pump.
See, by the time, but
I see what
By
you're
the
saying,
ti-
though. I see what you're saying.
he had a good run. I liked him.
But
Like
he came
Booker-
with the chain on it.
Him and
Steiner math, baby.
what's the Dudley?
Spike.
No, the main,
Bully Ray.
yeah, him and Bully Ray had that little going back and forth run back in Impact. That shit was good.
And I'm thinking about this one too. Since up to that point when they was about to close, Booker T was their guy. So you know, do you have Booker T versus John Cena? If John Cena dips, or
Edge and Christian.
yeah,
One of them
Hardy's.
two would've jumped.
One of them tag teams had to go.
Booker T headlining a WCW pay-per-view versus Shawn Michaels.
WCW.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Shawn Michaels.
Nah, I don't.
Only reason why I
Yeah.
say Shawn Michaels because Nash and Hall was still over there.
Yeah.
Well, Nash was anyway.
He had a chance to leave, but he never left.
Yeah.
They told him to stay where he was at.
But just think about that. Just we moving up in years. Like that's 03 he came back to start
Man,
wrestling
one of his
again.
best runs.
And he felt like he felt like he's good, and maybe they're like, oh, how much they paying you over there, XYZ. Well, they talking about they give you this if you come here and headline Starrcade with Nash.
I don't know.
It's all hypothetical for me.
Yeah.
I just think it's like
It was
one
a
of the things, like one of the, and once the smoke clears, like what does it look like in 2024 if they're still open?
They should have had a casket match with Benoit and Hogan.
All right. We're gonna leave this.
Dun,
We're gonna leave
dun,
this
dun.
there.
All right, real quick. Shoni Otani.
Oh,
Hold on.
We'll see.
Pete Rose is somewhere like, what is up with
What's
that?
up? What's
Hold
up,
on, we still
Jason?
on wrestling?
What's up, Jason? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Congratulations to the man. My all-time favorite manager from when I was a little kid. Paulie Dangerously going into the Hall of Fame. Sure.
The Advocate.
Yeah. He's always been my favorite. He was my favorite back when he said himself.
Yeah, if they wanted somebody to play Penguin, I don't know why they didn't hear him.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman and Bobby Heenan for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby.
I can never
good.
get
Heenan was
Bobby.
my God.
Yeah.
All right.
Bobby Heenan
That's like when he
and
comes
Sister Sherry, man, when she would do that damn scream.
Humanoids.
He tried to burn that man.
And then the other dude I used to like, what was his name, man? Colonel Parker, man. I used to laugh at him.
He used to
all
get
the
on my
time.
nerves. Because he had Bunkhouse. What was
Bunkhouse Buck.
Yeah, I could stand Bunkhouse Bunk. I could not stand that dude.
Yeah.
Yo, he
Colonel
wrestling
Sanders
like the
had
tightest
that.
pair of jeans. All right.
Julian, let's save that Otani for next week.
All right.
Let's let some more information come
Because
out on
he
that.
about to have a press conference.
Yeah, and then we'll have some more information.
All right.
It ain't looking good for him.
Yeah.
Nah.
All right, we're at hour 26, so we're gonna call this an episode. That is episode 64.
Because Tavon hungry as hell.
I'm not too hungry.
Okay.
I did got a couple quick bites in. I don't know if that's a no Diddy statement or not, but I'm gonna just say it to be safe.
Only if you want to.
Episode 64, ladies and gentlemen, the Watchers Podcast, WATCHERZ. That's on Instagram and YouTube. Follow us, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I am Tavon, Tri-State_tip.
Tiger Helly 19, Snapchats, Jeezys.
Jason Williams.
Yeah, Jason Williams, the government by way of Facebook.
How you
All the
forget your name?
stripes.
How you forget your name, man?
I don't. Been a long day.
Smittywood 365 on Instagram.
All right. Smitty Green Giant on Instagram. Formerly known as the Damn Damages.
Did I say Smitty Green Giant?
I think you did.
You
I
did.
feel like you did. Yeah, you did say Smittywood 365. You did say. And the fact that I didn't catch that.
You did. I was like, what did I just say?
It must be that wine.
Yeah.
Smittywood 365. That's who I am, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's who I am.
This was a good bottle of wine tonight, too.
Corey J on Instagram.
My brother is what I said earlier.
Till next time, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.
Peace.